Alright, I don't know how helpful this is going to be to anybody, but I'm changing the oil out on my 212cc Predator motor that I've installed on my Coleman mini bike. There's more to that story than I need to tell right now. Long story short, right now, for sure I've ridden it long enough that it definitely needs an oil change. So, join me, come along for a few laughs, hopefully you learn something. We're going to get started. I'm just going to clean off a bunch of crap around this so that I don't get anything else in the oil pan. Anything more than needs to be there, really. First thing we're going to do here, this is a 10mm socket. I'm just going to loosen this bad boy right here. Now, because this motor doesn't have the extension tube that the stock motor does, I'm going to try to direct the oil a little nicer than I'd otherwise be able to. If you don't, hey, check it out. This is handy dandy. I cut the top and bottom out of this. Super high tech. And my catch pan, I don't know if you can see this guy or not. Check that guy out. Yeah, Hunt's ketchup. So, we can get into the market of rebottling and reselling some stuff here, maybe. No, that's dumb. But I just popped that loose. It's not tight now at this point. Shouldn't be. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull this bad boy. And hopefully not lose it, because I really hate fishing for my oil pan plug in oil. Okay, cool. Caught it after a second. It's not bad looking. It's got a touch of kind of a blackish color to it. I haven't run this oil up to the 8-hour mark that they tell you you're supposed to change. It's something like that. I'm not 100% sure if it's 8 hours or not, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I've been very consistent on at least checking the quality of the oil, making sure that it's not gross looking or getting water in it. If you've watched any of my other videos, you might be surprised that I don't have water in my oil with as deep of mud holes as I tend to find. But I've got a little surprise here. I'm hoping once we get done with this that I'll be able to install my stock motor's extension tube, if I can find it. I'm not sure exactly what I did with it now, but we shall see once we get all this old oil drained out. And if it's not too big a pain in the butt, I might try to rock the motor back, or rock the whole bike back and get more out. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, it's getting to the point where it's not really directing down this. You can keep trying to catch it a little bit, I guess, but yeah, it's really not doing a very good job there. So that did what I could, but in the end, that's just not gonna cut it. So we'll keep that draining and see if we can't find that extension tube. So, this, while we're letting that drain, is the extension tube off of the oil drain for the stock motor. I don't know. Get out of there. That's not for you. You don't want to drink that, bud. I'm getting too much help from Butterball here. But I don't know if this is the right threads or not. Might as well just find out real quick. Let's just try to thread that in and see if it threads. Ooh, we might be in luck here, fellas. Yeah, that's threading in nicely. Okay. So this extension might just be the ticket. That's what I was hoping for. It would just thread right in, thread right on, and hopefully not leak. I think what I might end up doing, yeah, I might just try to tighten that on and see if she'll hang on. Hopefully she does. Well, we'll see. We'll just see about that. Let's try getting on there with this. Okay, minus an extension, I suppose. Let's see how loose she is real quick. Okay, loose enough that it's looser than the drain plug is tight. Okay, there, we're just tightening the drain plug now. So, aha! Okay, check that out. 13 mil. We're just gonna nice and tight. Click! Alright, she's in there just right. Now, let's give that a go again. Probably got all the oil out by now, though. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now we'll just have to keep an eye on that, make sure that it doesn't have a permanent leak. So, what we're going to do, this is the plug that came out of the stock motor. It's in that extension. And this is the plug that just came out of the Predator motor. They are identical as far as I can tell. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick this plug back in the old motor. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with that thing. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. See if I can't get more. Oh yeah, there's lots of oil still in there, huh? Whew. Yeah, that worked marginally well. Got more oil out than I would have otherwise. Let's see if we can't get more out yet. This seems to be working all right. Now for step number 2. Yeah, it seems to be working all right. Seems like I kept it in frame too. Cool. Let that drain out a little bit more. Alright. Back in with that drain plug. I'm saying that's a better oil drain than most people are ever going to do. Go ahead and tighten that guy back in. Click. Yep. Perfect. Make sure you always check your torque. That is going to be much nicer with that little extension on there. Okay, now I'll go ahead and lower her back down. I'll get the old oil out of the way. Lower this thing back. You know, pay attention to your owner's manual. You don't have to take my word for it. My opinion's worth what you paid for it, after all. So, coming back down. Oh, hell yeah. That worked out nicely. Alright. Let's move this bad boy around here. Alright. What are we looking at? Yeah, you can see right there, that is the oil fill plug. We're going to get some more compressed air. Alright, safety squints engaged. Now, if you notice right in this area, you'll see another drain plug. That little guy, I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Really quite inconsequential. It may be useful, may not. The stock motor does not have a drain plug on the front, but we're not going to worry about that right now. What we're going to worry about is making sure we don't drop any of the crud into this opening. I'll go ahead and pull that little guy, and we'll get my trusty long neck funnel in there. I'll bring this up here and I'll show you kind of what I'm doing there. I just put that funnel down through the frame. That works a treat. Now we'll go ahead and watch from down here. I'll put some oil in. We'll see what that looks like. We'll watch from up above. See what it looks like up there. Pardon the road noise. I'm pretty sure that all the traffic this time of day gets redirected this route because they think it's faster. Let's pick you up. Have a look-see down there. Get some oil going. Now, I say approximately a half a quart. The reason I say approximately half a quart is because they also say part of the filling procedure is to fill this up to the point that the oil is resting at the threads. Just pay attention to the owner's manual, little picture that comes in it. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple little procedure, but I am not quite there yet. And according to the side of my bottle, I am not quite there yet. You can just barely see through it. Now, speaking of which, I don't know if you noticed or not, pay attention to the way that I'm dumping this oil. I have the spout on top. The reason for that is if you dump it with the spout on the bottom, that's when you end up with the oil glugging out. They build them this way on purpose. Except for AMSOIL. I think AMSOIL is good oil, but what a bunch of retards for putting the spout in the middle of the bottle. Who does that? Regardless, food for thought. Hopefully that helps you not make a mess like I am currently doing right now. But you win some and you lose some. When you're trying to make videos, you gotta kind of pick your battles. So, bear with me. This is only marginally poisonous to the environment. Just as long as the environmental folks don't find out where I live, I should be fine. So, shh, don't tell. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... Oh, yeah. Yep. I don't know if you can see that or not on this. Let's position this right down inside. I'll try to illustrate. Whoops. Let's go ahead and drop that. Try to illustrate. You can just see the oil dabbing the bottom of that, and that is right where you want it to be. So then you just go ahead and put this guy back in. Needs to be tighter than loose, but looser than squirting the rubber gasket out the side. I'd say that is perfect. For now, let's fire her up, see how she sounds. Make sure that I didn't do anything stupid. Running like a charm. Absolute charm.